Culture Heads, was popping. We're here for another exciting edition of Culture News today. It's funny that I call it like an exciting edition of it. Just because, I don't know, I'll be excited. Like, I actually, believe it or not, I listen to these podcasts that I be doing all the time. It's really not only just to like share the information, but also it helps, it always helps when you like read stories back to yourself, just so you understand it better. And even just to like practice speaking as well. I've been having a lot of different interview opportunities recently, and actually I have a whole bunch of like emails of like interview requests coming in right now that I actually really should get to by tonight. I might do that. I probably will. It's earlier too. I usually been putting these up like last minute, like 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. just because I'd be so involved throughout the day. But I've actually made a point just to like make sure I recorded this, laid this down earlier. So anthemculture.com, man. For those of you who follow the site, you already know like the news stories actually come up all throughout the day. Starting at the early morning, that's literally like the first thing I do. I like wake up, and before I don't even literally get out the bed, like my laptop is always literally like right next to me. So I just grab my laptop, pull it right into the bed, and there's tapping the keys while I'm still laying down. So all the stories you get, it comes very, very, very early in the morning. So, places all over the world, you never know what time it is. I mean, it could be stories from like yesterday. It could be stories from the future if you're talking about like Asia and Europe. Or it could just be something cool that came out like a couple days ago, couple weeks, couple months ago. Who knows? But sometimes it might be evergreen content that I like to share just because it's relevant to the growth of the culture and just showcasing that from around the world. So that's all it really is about. So, yeah, make sure you continue to check out the news stories, man. So just hop on anthemculture.com. You'll definitely be one of the first in the world just to hear all of the great, exciting news when it comes to culture. So we're about to hop into the site right now, and you can read along with what I'm checking out. And make sure you continue to make sure you check out the app as well if you want to like check out the news on the go and everything that's been posting. You get to check out all of the photos that come out on AC. You get to check out all of the music that comes out on AC. Actually, I was recording a draft earlier today, so we got some new music coming up. A lot of new songs actually I gotta record, so I'm gonna get to that over the next couple of days and get some new music out to you guys. So be on the lookout for that. But for the time being, we're about to hop into the site anthemculture.com and really see what we have going on out in the Philippines. They're actually like trying to make note of like all of the major food trends. So actually, one of the chefs, it's actually a competition, the International Star Chefs. They had like a theme of this project called Cook Your Culture, where they invited a lot of different chefs from like around the world and a lot of different places, and they actually really just like cook the food. So actually one of the chefs out this way that came to it, Alvin Kalen, who is based out of LA, he actually mentioned that the most popular ethnic food on Google right now, search-wise, is actually Filipino food, like literally quote-unquote Filipino food. So for those of you who don't know about Filipino food, you definitely should get aware of it. I mean, even when I was just browsing through the article, checking out a couple pictures just to put up on AC, it looked amazing. So keep in mind, it's super early in the morning. I'm looking at all of this good-looking Filipino food. So hey, I added to the search results for that. So shout out to him for actually like paying attention to the search results. And he actually is Filipino himself, so he knows a great deal about it. So he's one of the great chefs that was featured at this event, but also a lot of different other great chefs that came out. So check more about Filipino food through anthemculture.com, or you can even like search about the actual like competition just to see some of the other cultures that was involved in the International Star Chef. So make sure you check it out right on anthemculture.com. Jumping out to Pakistan, this is actually like a really cool festival, and it's a video that I'm planning on watching like literally as soon as I finish recording this podcast. But it's the 62nd International Film Festival, which started out in Pakistan, and they had their first year where they actually like had over, I'm trying to read it right now, they got over 200 films, short films, like really, really short, only a minute long, 60 seconds, during their first round of it. But then now their second round of it, which is now, they're actually checking out over 400 films from over 40 countries. So they literally doubled in size and first went from just Pakistan to now introducing it to the whole world. So apparently this is like a really good platform for upcoming directors, actors, filmmakers, any creators really that's involved in film, just to get some exposure in 60 seconds. I mean, everybody could come up with a great 60-second idea, but it's just about being able to captivate an audience, tell an entire story within 60 seconds, and do it well, where it's like visually appealing. So you get to check out some of the films from that on anthemculture.com. And like I said, it's one of the films actually in the article where I guess it's 60 seconds. I'm trying to see it right now, but it doesn't have the time on it. So I'm gonna be checking that out as well. But I mean, that's pretty wild just to think that you could fit literally all of those criteria into one film. So we'll see how far they get with it. And I hope it continues to grow. It's definitely going to be posted up on Anthem Culture every single year that they'll be hosting it. So 60-second International Film Festival goes global. Make sure you check that out right on anthemculture.com. So I know maybe a week back now, I've recently mentioned on anthemculture.com, it came through that North Korea was actually going to be involved in the Winter Olympics that's being held at their neighbor's crib in South Korea. So they actually like not only sending out the athletes, but they're sending out an entire like cheer squad just to continue to root them on, wave all of the North Korean flags just to show support for the country. But turns out two of the participants in the competition, they're figure skaters by the name of Ryam Tae-ok and Kim Joo-sik. They're both actually were trained out in Canada just to really get their skills. So you really get to see some of the commentary as far as like the guy out in Canada, I think it's Montreal, by the name of Bruno Marcotte, who actually trained them and said they were like really nice, really talented, and he was really glad to have the opportunity to really be a part of their training. And now they're in the Olympics, so they're going to be participating, so make sure you look out for them. And now even in the article, it's talking about different things as far as like trying to figure out logistics for North Korea, like just because they're not sending out a lot of different athletes, but the athletes that they are sending out, do they want to like march under the same flag with South Korea, or do they want to be separated by the Koreas and march separate? So it's going to be like a huge like size difference, but you know, they get to showcase and highlight their country as well and be announced. So they're working out the kinks for that. But for now, shout out to North Korea being a part of that. Definitely want to check them do their thing just to see like the skill level and talent out that way. I'm pretty sure it's good. So make sure you follow along on anthemculture.com. More information on that, and I'll get it right to you. Out at the Kamerimage International Film Festival, which is held in Poland. I believe this is Poland. I'm trying to remember, but I forget where the source comes from, but somewhere out in Europe. So I'm pretty sure it's Poland, just like browsing through the names and stuff like that. But they're hosting I guess they have like a film festival that's really large that they usually host every year. But now apparently the Minister of Culture and National Heritage by the name of Michael Zawelski, he actually, that's the president of the city Torun, the Minister of Culture. His name is Piotr Glinski, and they actually, along with one of the other guys from Kamerimage, actually just signed into effect the building of an actual like building for them to host this international film festival. So usually for the past couple years, it's been bouncing around like a couple cities, and now they actually want to build like a staple institution for it, a standalone as they call it. And not only will it host a film festival, but it's also going to be just an overall general culture center for people just to come learn, be more a part of it. So they're in the talks for that now, just to complete the designs, pick out everything for it, and get that built hopefully by 2022. So it's 2018 now, we got 4 years. So by 4 years, I'm going to definitely be out in Poland. I'm going to stop by there, take a picture in front of it, and be like, yeah, Anthem Culture was the first to talk about it, one of the first online. And now here we are 4 years later. So make sure you keep an eye out for that, man. Shout out to everybody out in with the Kamerimage International Film Festival, taking it to new heights right on anthemculture.com. So make sure you check it out. One of the coolest art exhibits coming up very, very soon is of Van Gogh. The exhibit is called Van Gogh Alive. the experience. And this exhibit has been traveling around through a lot of different places, but it's just now about to make its debut out in Dubai. So make sure you stop by Dubai when you get the chance and check out this art exhibit. The dates for it is supposed to be March 11th to April 23rd. So don't say you didn't know about it with enough time in advance, because there's plenty of time to get out to Dubai for that. So look out for more information on that and more reviews and stuff on that. But it's actually like you get to see like some of the imagery from the actual exhibit, and it's really cool. Like they really like blew up the pieces of artwork that they had and really projected across like all of these different walls that's held in the exhibit, and it really like puts you right in the middle of the actual artwork. So it's pretty crazy. If you know like the style of artwork that Van Gogh does, then you already know it's going to be like an insane trippy experience. So you might want to check that out. And even just reading through the article, you know, it describes like a lot of the different techniques that they use. They say it's over 3,000 images, not only just Van Gogh, but also some other images related to it, just to continue to build up the experience. So more information on that is right on anthemculture.com. Make sure you check that out. And if you've seen the exhibit and been a part of the experience anywhere else in the world, let me know. Leave a comment just telling your experience with that, and if it's definitely worth trying and visiting. So yeah, anthemculture.com. Make sure you check that out. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, like we got a lot more music. Some announcements coming up. I've been holding off on a couple announcements just because it's been a lot going on, you know, just trying to get stable. You know, with the new year, I still feel like it's still party mode, but at the same time, it's like I've been doing like a lot of like focusing up as far as like being organized with AC, getting a lot of work done, talking with a lot of new clients, doing some new projects, being a part of a lot of different stuff. So interviews, music, trips, videos, all of that good stuff coming up, man. Make sure you continue to follow anthemculture.com. Tell it to a friend. Follow all the social media. Check it out on there. Holler at me. Hit me up with whatever comments, questions, or just to say what's up, you know. Always open and available. So anthemculture.com, man. Shout out to all the culture heads. Appreciate culture.